Alright, today we have a 2007 Dodge 1500. It's a special one. It's a mega cab with 2500 axles. It's kind of strange. Yeah. This one has a lifetime powertrain warranty. So we're replacing the transmission. And pretty simple so far. You want to mark your driveshaft for balance purposes. I disconnected the exhaust. I think this one actually has exhaust. It's not factory, if I'm not mistaken. That or it's been cut before. So you'll disconnect those two sensors. I've still got to knock this driveshaft out, but I've got the bolts out and I've marked it as well. Yeah, we're about ready to come out with the transfer case. Alright, so I'm going to show this. There's two bolts on the top. All the way around, transfer case. So I did realize that exhaust is not factory. You can tell by the bungs, the O2 bungs on it, on the cats. Excuse me, sorry. I also had already taken the cross member off, a couple other things that I may have missed. I ended up actually having to cut the exhaust just to get the transmission out. I could have probably used another person and maybe manhandled the trans over the exhaust, but I decided to just cut it and re-weld it back on. I think I might have actually got a video of me struggling with it. Definitely wasn't the easiest task to get that exhaust back up there hanging and bolted up to the manifolds. We got it done though. Alright, so we got everything loose, trans bolts, the torque converter. This aluminum piece here goes up here, covers it so you can get to the converter bolts. We need to take this piece off, set it to the side. We're about ready to come out with the train. You're also gonna have to take these transmission lines off. This is just a cover for this clip, which is up here on these. Hold on 1 second. As you can see, the clip just goes around that little space there. So you put the line, push it in, put the clip back on. That goes for both of them. Pretty easy, just do not lose the clip. I repeat, do not lose the clips. It's pretty easy if I lose the clips right here, but if you're in your yard or something, you definitely wouldn't want to lose one of those clips. They sell them at your parts store, your local parts store, but definitely wouldn't want to lose those. Might make it a little more difficult on you. If I did miss anything or you have any questions, comment and I'll do my best to help you for sure. Alright, another thing you're going to want to do is take your drain tube, not drain tube, freaking dipstick tube, transmission dipstick tube loose. It's a 10mm bolt right here. It's got a pretty long piece that goes in there, but it goes down in there. 10mm bolt. I'm gonna take that off when you're coming out. So this is the last little bit. Be coming out with the old and going in with the new. The reason you definitely want to take that 10mm off of that dipstick tube is because the dipstick tube will not come out with it, and you might damage it. Just best bet is to loosen it, and maybe you could even zip tie it to the side possibly to help keep it out of the way for you. Alright, something you want to do is make sure that your dowels are there. There should be two, one on each side. Light. You also want to make sure this plate is back. So just make sure that plate is back flush against the engine, and also make sure there's nothing in the way between the engine and the transmission. Might give you a little trouble if you have something between there. Alright, so we got some bolts in it holding it in. One thing you want to double check is that your torque converter will move. You don't want it to be in a bind and you not know it. So and it does move. So you just want to make sure you can spin that still. And then you'll be ready to move forward. So right here, I'm about to reinstall the dipstick tube and the transmission lines for the transmission cooler. Remember those little clips, they're pretty easy to come off and on. Just clip around that small slot. As well as the linkage right here. Had to tap it on a little, but no biggie. You want to mark that so you put it in the same exact spot as well. Be sure to put all your wires back where they go, not touching the exhaust or anything. Make sure you also plug everything back in. And this is the transfer case. There was silicone on it, so I'm putting silicone back on it. I think fluid will leak out of that, so be sure to put silicone back where silicone was. It will. I don't think that it will. The fluid will leak out of that, obviously. Gonna reinstall our converter bolts. You want to install them evenly. As you can see, I'm putting them by hand first, and I'm going to slowly run them in with a ratchet. Make sure they're nice and tight. Not too crazy tight, no Loctite, nothing crazy like that, but make sure they're all tight and evenly pull them in. This is that bracket that covers the converter. It's like a dust shield that I talked about in the beginning. So that pretty much wraps it up. I'm going to hook the drive shaft back up, and the cross member, re-weld the exhaust back on. That's pretty much it for this video. I didn't catch any more video. I'll do a little better on my next ones, editing and adding more video content to each video, if that makes sense. But I appreciate all of you watching, and I hope this video helped. God bless. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Helps me out. Thanks, guys.